We lived on Eileen Street in Detroit, and we sold our house within a couple of weeks and moved to Oak Park.
60 years. It was in, I believe, 1956. Well, I was born in 1926, so I was 30 years old. You know, originally it was a 3-bedroom house. Then my mother-in-law came with us. She spent many years here, and in order to really accommodate her, we put this other room on the back end, a complete area. I mean, it wasn't just thrown together, it was constructed to accommodate her. And that's it. Oh, and a furnace and air conditioner for that back end. And then she didn't like it. She'd rather have our bedroom, so we took that one. It's a great city. We've got great neighbors. Everybody takes care of their property. I've only had reason one time to rely on the police department, and they were here like a no-time flat. My wife fell back there, and she shattered her femur, and she couldn't move, and she was in terrible pain. I got 911. By the time I hung up the phone, the police were here, followed immediately by an ambulance, followed by another squad car. They got me out of there, and they took complete care of her. I mean, you can't ask for any better service than that. Avery School was called Tyler School originally, because it's on Tyler and Lincoln. And the principal was Charles Avery, very nice, very well-respected man. And so they honored him by naming the school after him. So he came to school one day, and there's this big sign up on the school, Charles Avery.
Well, one year I was division chairman for the city of Oak Park. I had half of the city to take care of.
For what organization?
And that was United Foundation. When Lincoln Center opened up, it had wonderful stores. It had Winkleman's, a children's store, a men's store.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice stores.
The big thing here in those days was 9 Mile. Everything was on 9 Mile. The Stage Deli was on 9 Mile. And Davison, Coney Island, in fact, it's still there, I believe. It's been there for a long time. That was there. And most of everything centered around there, and then it began to come further north, and that's where we took it.
Oh, we used to have Farmer Jack's.
We had Dexter Davison. Those, oh boy, we're going back. Oh, and Jules, the drugstore, Julie Pasterman opened up Lincoln Drugs.
Lincoln Drugs, that's been there forever.
Oh yeah.
And then I used to go to the children's shop on 9 Mile. And then the kids would go swimming at the pool, and they loved the playground. In fact, my daughter was just talking to me last night about swinging on the tires that were there at the Oak Park.
I remember when he was a councilman, Dave Shepard, and Joe Forbes was the mayor. What hill?
Oh, the big hill? Yes.
No, it wasn't there.
Well, you didn't, but I used to take the kids and we'd slide down the hill in the winter.
That's afterwards. They put the hill up. And originally, they didn't even have a fence going into the street. They could come down the hill and zoom into the street, and they had to put a fence up there to keep them from doing that. That's what she was. Oh yeah, that park first started going. You could hardly find a place to eat there. I mean, it was so crowded, and everybody enjoyed it on a weekend or on a Sunday. You know, in the summertime, everybody would.
We knew Marian for many years before she. What's the word? Before she wanted to be a mayor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But she was always involved in something.
Absolutely great.
Adore her. She's so knowledgeable and she's so helpful.
If you've got a question, you can always go to Marian. And we had moved in here, and then all of a sudden we find out that Belle Cooper is moving in next door, and that shook us up. I mean, you're talking about somebody who was affiliated with the Rackets. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, this was the nicest woman you have ever seen in all your life. We would get up sometime, you know, the flower box here, one morning we came out there, it was all filled with flowers, because Mr. Cooper was in the florist business. He had a nursery. And then one day the back doorbell rang. We went out there to see who was there. There was a big
A
watermelon.
couple of times.
She had put it there.
They were wonderful neighbors.
And when they left, the kids, this is something, the kids all got together, chipped in, and bought her an umbrella. And they went to the back door and handed her that umbrella, and she cried like a baby. Because the kids really liked her. So, you know, you can't tell just by looking at somebody what they're like. She had a rough background, but what a wonderful neighbor she was.